Hello, everybody. Welcome to Talk About Houses. I'm Todd.
I'm Juana.
Okay, so today we are going to do a video about the 5 different types of buyers, home buyers that there are.
Right. So in the comments, I want you to name your own types of buyers and be creative. We're going to have a bit of fun with this.
Yeah, so you're probably thinking, oh, well, this is going to be useful. Probably not, but it's going to be fun. And we're going to talk about, for some background on this, between us, we've sold over 3,000 homes. You guys have heard us say this before, but is the listing agent. Mm-hmm. So we've actually seen on the other end of the deal, like many, many more buyers than that, because we get the offers and then we have the conversations with the agent about their client. Mm-hmm. So all these deals that have canceled or stuff that's gone on, we see all this. So we have a very good idea about these people. So we're going to go through the 5 types of buyers. Now, none of these is probably the normal person who just buys a house and that's it, right?
Right.
These are
the more interesting ones.
Interesting is interesting way to say interesting. They're interesting. Okay. All right. Okay. Number 1, the all cash show off.
Oh yeah, baby. I've got the money. I'm in charge. I've got the power, right?
Okay.
Okay. So these are the buyers that come in and they might offer a little less because they've got all cash. Maybe they're a little more demanding. They want you to fix more things. Whatever it is, they just feel like they have the upper hand. Now, the thing that you have to remember as a seller is that at closing, all deals are cash, really, because whether they're getting a loan or they're bringing cash to the table, you, the seller, are getting all the proceeds at the end in cash. So, a cash buyer is great because they don't have a loan contingency, but they might be more demanding.
We had a guy one time, no kidding, who called and said he wanted to offer literally like 60% of the price. He just called me straight on. And I said, yeah, no, seller's not going to accept it. He goes, well, look, wouldn't he rather have 60% now than have to wait 30 years to get the whole thing? And I was like, why would he wait 30 years? Well, because that's how long the loan's going to be. He's not going to get paid back for 30 years. I'll give him 60% now. And I just said, do you know it doesn't work that way, right? And he was completely assumed he could get I don't know if he thought I would think that was a good idea. And yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Okay.
The second one.
Number 2, the Scrappy Underdog.
Scrappy Underdog. So this is somebody who maybe has a little trouble qualifying for a loan.
Okay.
Maybe needs closing costs. Maybe, they need some other concessions. But what does that mean to you as a seller? Well, it means some good things. First of all, the Scrappy Underdog is less likely to ask for repairs. Scrappy Underdog is more likely to let you stay in the property after closing, maybe even without paying, not for an extended period of time, but maybe for a couple of weeks. And they're just more likely to be more flexible and more cordial about the whole thing rather than being pushy because they know that you're taking a chance on them.
Okay. The third type, manipulative, no money.
I like that one. Okay, so these are the people who send you this love letter. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
They're in love with your house. This is the most amazing house they've ever seen. They can see themselves having, a whole bunch of children and dogs and kittens and whatever else there. And they're going to live there forever. They're going to cherish the house. And don't you want to sell to them as opposed to somebody else? Okay. Let's face it, people, we're in it for the money, okay? By the time you're putting that house on the market, it's no longer your home, it's a house, it's an investment. So let's get to brass tacks. Let's sell to somebody who can close the deal and is not trying to manipulate your emotions. Do not sell to somebody just because you think that they fit the picture of the person that you'd like to live in that house. Sell for the right amount of money, for the right terms, for the right deal. This is business now. It's no longer your home. It's a house.
It also might be for housing violation.
Right.
You might get somebody who says, "Hey, okay, so here this actually happened. This was in the Bay Area, which is San Francisco Bay Area. This was during a pretty hot market back in about 2013 or 14. I actually did a video about this and in the past when this thing happened. But what happened was they admitted that they accepted an offer that was less because the person who offered more was single and the people who offered less were married and had like a little baby, and the sellers had just had a baby, and they said they wanted to see people like them, so people with a baby, and even though the single person was going to give them more money, they went with these other people. And so there could be a fair housing violation there possibly. Not supposed to take into account who's buying the house. That's the whole point. It's effectively a form of discrimination, and there's certain forms of discrimination that are protected. If you're a Notre Dame fan, that is not a protected class. Okay, you could say, "Hey, I don't like Notre Dame fans. I'm not selling to you," right? But there are certain things are protected. You can't say, "Oh, I don't want fill in the blank," because that's whatever. And if it's on the list of national or whatever, okay. So you gotta be careful with those. Okay, the next one, the window shopper.
Oh, the window shopper. These are the people that agents hate the most. I'm sorry, but okay. So these are the people that run agents all over town, putting in offers. A lot of times they're low offers.
All the time.
Okay, all the time. They're low offers. And when their offers get accepted for whatever reason, they back out.
They've always find a reason.
They always find a reason to back out. They cancel and you're back on the market. So be aware of these window shoppers. Make sure that your agent is communicating with the other agent and asking questions like, hey, have they been in escrow before? How many offers are they making? Are they looking at other properties? What's going on? This is not an atypical thing where a buyer will go out and make offers on 5, 6, 7 properties, get maybe half of those accepted, but they're only buying one property. So they're just trying to tie up properties and then make a selection. So you don't want to be asked to the dance, but then not get taken to the dance. So just watch out for those.
I hear about these from agents when they say, I've been working with this client for 2 years, and we've seen over 50 houses, and we've written offers on 5, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, they're just wasting your time. Like, it's an absolute waste of time. And then the agent always says, but what if they buy? I can't fire them. What if they actually buy? And it's like, okay. But you could probably, in that time, have worked with like 3 or 4 or 5 other people that would have bought, and you just wasted time. Okay, the last one, the scavenger.
Ooh, the scavenger. Okay, so I'm kind of a scavenger at times too, so I have kind of soft spot in my heart for them. So the scavengers are people who go around and put lowball offers or just put offers in on everything. So this is very typical. Investors will do this. They will go ahead and they've got a formula, and they'll say, okay, anything that fits this model, just make an offer on it. So there are brokers in town that we all get offers on our properties from these brokers. Like every single listing we have gets an offer from these brokers, from these investors, because they're just seeing what sticks.
And they're not even on, a lot of times they're like single sheet of paper.
Sometimes they're kind of legitimate looking offers,
Yeah.
but they tend to be on the low end. And they're not just looking at wallflowers. They're not just looking at properties that have been on the market for some time. They'll just kind of use a a buckshot approach.
Yeah.
And hope that they get something.
They're also going to beat you up the entire escrow process.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to beat the agents up for money.
Right.
They're always going to say they're going to pull out if they don't get some thing thrown in. They're literally going to try to suck every bit of money out from both agents and the seller,
right,
that they can absolutely get.
So what they'll do is once they get the offer accepted, then they'll start to nickel and dime you. They'll say, well, the house needs paint, the house needs flooring, the house needs this and that and the other thing. So, kick in more money. And then they'll go with the agents and they'll say, unless you contribute this much of your commission, I'm backing out. And then they'll wait until like the day before closing and then go hit everybody up for more money. This is not atypical. They do this all the time. I have never done this. Okay, so, I said that I am a scavenger at times. That's not the kind of scavenger I am. So I have never done this, and I wouldn't. But I just need you to make sure that you understand what these people are like and that they will do this. So just be aware of it. And, if that works for you, great. But if it doesn't, then you need to kind of make sure that you're very firm and say, you know what? That's fine. If you want to walk away, go ahead and walk away because I'll put the house back on the market.
The nice thing about doing listings is you don't have to deal with these people that much. And then usually you tend to recognize that there's certain agents that attract these people, especially like the Scavenger. Sometimes some of this is coming from the agent who's telling them about these strategies, and so they're easy to avoid. But usually, almost every one of these is gone in a multiple offer situation.
Oh yeah.
Like multiple offers usually get like legitimate, business like, just want to close. Here's the money. Here's the down payment, and they're not lowballing you with cash or trying to pull a bunch of money out of the deal.
Right. So in the comments, I want to know what kind of buyers have you run into? What kind of names have you given them?
A story about a buyer.
Yes, we like stories. So, engage with us, entertain all of us, entertain us and everybody else that's putting in comments. We appreciate everybody participating. This is a participation sport. So please like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share, give us comments, give us stories, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.
Bye.